Put myself to the stage. Okay, so today I'm going to be speaking about something that was downloaded to me from Spirit that's to do with frequency. Hence, Mondays is always about Frequency Lab and about the frequency and the energy grids that's around us. Now, I've probably spoke about this, but I've not spoke about it in detail, like what I'm going to do today, because whilst I was doing the Oracle Code and I had a medbed session, I was downloaded with one of the practitioners with the 7 symbols of creation. And the second symbol, it just made so much sense to me that I didn't even realize I was doing what I was doing for many, many years, but it all slotted in and made sense to me, what I was doing for other people and also what I was doing for myself. And I'd been doing this for many years and didn't know why I was doing it. I just intuitively knew I had to do it. So at the most microscopic level of our cellular structure, that exists like a spiraling thread of divine intelligence. Yeah? And these are called the telomeres. They're energetic end caps of your DNA. They're guardians of your soul's longevity, your memory, your spiritual identity. But in their optimal state, and also what is goes on here is when you say people have energy blocks. So what actually happens is these telomeres, they get stuck. But in their optimum state, the telomeres, they rotate in an S-shaped figure 8 pattern. So just think of a 3D arrow pointing down. And the stem of the arrow goes up and down, and the bottom of the arrow goes, so they're going against each other like this. But this part, the arrow, is an S shape. That's how it moves, that's how it rotates. It just spirals up and down simultaneously, like an energetic arrow. So the rhythm is what sustains regeneration, coherence, continual rebirth of light in the physical form. So it's just moving your energy around the body, balancing the energy around the body. But when disease begins within the body, it doesn't start in the body, it begins in the auric field, specifically in the energy rhythm of the telomeres. So the distortion, what happens when they fall out of alignment, is that the upper and lower telomere energies, they disconnect from one another. So the flow of light between the two, it becomes jammed. It becomes compressed. So think of it, it's like that, and then or worse, it flips into the wrong timeline. But that's how it goes, yeah. So the bottom strand, it falls into limbo and it's unable to meet the top. Because sometimes it can go this way as well, yeah. And this is where chronic fatigue, autoimmune conditions, cellular confusion often originate. You've got the doctors and the doctor can't see anything. There's nothing wrong with you. But you know there's something wrong with you. You just, you just don't get it. This also is where the thought forms, toxic frequencies, unresolved trauma, materials, relationships, and that inner conflict, they all disrupt that telomere flow, which causes rapid decline in your energy coherence, yeah? And this is just not just a genetic aging, it's an auric collapse through the compounded compression. So I want you to think of this. When you have, say, a migraine and you get really bothered with migraines, but the doctor can't see anything wrong with this migraine. In pranic healing terms, what's actually happening there, because the energy rotates around the body, and what's actually happening is it's actually stuck at your back. So usually what comes with the migraines is you have a sore back. And if you have sore backs, especially at the lower back, what's actually happening is the energy is coming through and it's getting stuck. So it's not it's not being able to flow through the energy. And when the energy is not flowing through, what happens is it just, this ripple of energy goes up. So it's not balanced going over. And this was what we call an energy block. Yeah. So what happens is when it comes over, it's stagnated. You know, it's dirty energy that's coming up then. Yeah, the energy that's coming through, because it's all compounded at this lower back. And in pranic healing, what we do is with color and with energetic, intuitive, and movement, we clear the energy from the back. So the release. And with this, what I've seen many times is people who have had real serious pain for years. We're talking years. One person in particular stands out as I speak here, who couldn't move her neck. Yeah, this is how she was. She was like this for about 15 years. And her husband had died 15 years prior. She was trying to keep strong for her children and what have you. And so she hadn't let go of that grief. And because she hadn't let go of the grief, this same thing, the telomeres, had compounded at the neck area, so she couldn't move. This is her constantly moving at the neck area. Very interesting to see how that actually works, you know, how it all works. Now, you can restore your energy frequency. You can restore it with hertz, 173 hertz, 693 hertz. They're very good. 173 hertz is the exact vibrational tone that reorders the telomeres into light coherence. It activates that rainbow spectrum and opens the DNA to receive its original blueprint. So it goes back to its original. Yeah. Also, energy movement, intention, using your hands, you know, so you can run that source aligned energy through the telomere threads. Hello, Donna. How you doing, Donna? So you can visualize the S shape, or even the telomeres that I've just spoke about, that is like the 3D arrow. You can actually just imagine that you're seeing them, where you feel that blockages. And there's, for a mind coherence, if the mind is split, so are the telomeres, you know. That's why we use hologram healing. The belief codec parts work as essential. Even thoughts, because every thought, it affects the telomere rhythm. So if you're speaking really badly, negatively to yourself, and a lot of people do, because I know I certainly used to, I don't now, but I know I certainly used to, many years, especially when I was a writing designer. I wouldn't speak to my worst enemy the way I spoke to myself. If you're doing that, your telomeres are out of rhythm. And you need that restoration to begin with internal harmony. Hello, Karen, how you doing? 693, honey. 693 hertz was the other one. But 173 really does, you know, allow it reorders the telomeres for that energy. Auric detoxification as well. So to remove that energetic debris, get old cords away, tune into your energy field, just making sure that you've not got cords hooked into you, or you've got those cluttered timelines or those ancestral toxins, to prevent further compound collapse, you know. So your auric field must be light filled and hydrated to hold the telomere balance. So what does that mean? The signs if you've got telomeres that are out of balance, and remember the telomeres is what causes the energetic block. Yeah, it's not an energetic block, but it's what we call it. Yeah, what it is an interference in your energetic field. And when Source downloaded these 7 creation symbols, these points, it blew my mind, because it really made sense to me when I went through it all. Oh my God, that makes so much sense to me, you know, because think of this, just think of a 3D arrow, you know, and it's the V shape is coming up and the box coming down. And if it gets jammed or dysregulated, you know, it could be like that or it could be like that. I mean, this is microscopic. Microscopic. There's millions, billions of them in our energy field. But if they're out of balance, yeah, those telomeres are out of balance, you'll have chronic exhaustion, burnout, despite even resting. Yeah, mental fog, indecisiveness, emotional dysregulation. Autoimmune systems is a big one for this. If your body's inflamed, yeah, it's a big one. Rapid aging. So, and we've all seen these people, you know, you say, they tell you their age and you think they were, you know, a lot younger than the age of saying. Or that disconnection from time. How many people are disconnected from time? And what I mean by that is, I don't have enough time for this. I don't have time for that. They're always running late. You know, it's just part of their vocabulary. They're just there. Or they don't have a lack of clarity of what they're doing. Yeah, because the telomeres. These aren't random, guys. These are bio-spiritual alignments that's initiated at that telomere level, you know. And I'm going to show you a way to actually, what I used to do years ago and not even knowing, me doing this years ago, I didn't even know. I just knew I was doing it. You know, it just was intuitively remembering what I was to do. And this is what I was doing. I was restoring the telomeres within the energetic field. Yeah, because it can be very easy. We all think it's got to be hard, and no, it's not. So, signs your field is restored, you'll just feel lightness. You'll feel a return of joy. You'll feel tingling in the spine. You'll have a sensation of being held, being wrapped in a cocoon of peace. You know, you'll just feel more peaceful. You'll definitely have mental clarity and emotional clarity. There'll be a calmness come over you, and there'll be physical spaciousness. Yeah. Also, what can come with it is, which are the bit that I love, is spontaneous laughter or tears, as the nervous system releases these energy, and also the body can shake as well. Yeah. Especially when you're going deep with the body, that's just the telomeres releasing and rebalancing of what they really are. So I'm going to show you hello Bunny, how you doing, darling? So I'm going to show you what I used to do years ago and still do. Still have this with my clients. Hello Susie, how you doing? Just in time, Susie. And this is what I used to do. Now, did I used to imagine the 3D arrow, the telomere? No, I didn't. But this is what I did used to imagine, and it works the same. Is I want you to just take your attention to your spiritual cord. Just take that attention to your spiritual cord and just breathe in. And what I want you to do is, I just want you to open your heart, come down into your heart and open your heart, because we're going to change the frequency. Hello, Anna. How are you doing, darling? Just in time. Just in time. So just open the heart, nice big deep breaths in. Nice big deep breaths in. And what we're going to do is we are just going to check, you're just going to scan. Now, don't overthink this, because the worst thing you can do is overthink it. You've been shown something for a reason, so don't overthink it. And what I want you to do is I just want you to ground your energy in. Just ground, whatever way you ground your energy. My way of grounding it is I just bring the energy through the spiritual cord, open the heart, and then I bring the energy down through the energy centers, and just with a grounding cord around my big toes, put it right into Mother Earth, into gear. And I just breathe. And I set the intention, I'm grounding my physical body, my spirit, my soul. And then I just bring, and I go into the core of the earth. I go right into the core. And I just come back up and just expand and drop down into my heart even more. Beautiful. And just breathe in. And now all you're going to do is you're just going to scan your body. You're just going to scan the body. And I would get if I was working with a client, I would get a client to scan it as I scanned it. And myself. If it was on myself, I would just scan my body. And what I'm doing here when I'm scanning my body is I'm looking to see if there's any energy drains or heaviness. That's all I'm looking for. If there's any, there's any weakness or any heaviness. Now, there's no attachment, there's no expectation. I'm just looking. Because we're going to actually call in what I always used to do is the unseen allies, the little people, as I call them, the ethereal. And I used to call them pixies, the fairies, the wee birds, like the bluebirds and all those lovely, colourful birds. And I would call them in and I would just ask them to help prepare the energy center. And this is what they would do. I would see them with like a fine line of energy. And some of them would be going around the body, up and down, S-shaped, in the telomere flow. Or they could just be going just round and round and round the body. And there's quite a few of them doing this. And the other ones are going up and down the body. Yeah, all the way around. And what they're actually doing is they're actually just gridding the energy. That's exactly what they're doing. They're gridding the energy within you with these energy fine threads. And what they're doing is they're just helping that light, that energy, to be gridded back up, especially when there was energetic tears. Now, what I want you to do is just call in your team. Call in your team, whether they be pixies, whether they be fairies, whether they be the little birds, they could be anything else. The butterflies, could be anything that's coming in to help you. Just allow. Though our ethereal friends, and just call in your team. Give them a name. And just see them, in your imagination, shimmering over, gridding your auric field, your energetic field. Because what they're doing is they're weaving joy into the threads. The etheric birds, they soar up and down, singing the code of restoration in every cell. And sometimes when you're doing this, what you could feel is you could feel intense heat, or you could feel there's a coldness, there's a coolness, there's like something's going back and forward and up and down. When you're doing this, everybody I've done this with has always said that they could feel cold around their feet, And just for a few moments, just allow that to happen. Now, usually what I do is it usually lasts for about 20 to 30 minutes. Well, we've not got 20 to 30 minutes. I'm just showing you what you can do. A beautiful yellow butterfly just went past you. And just breathe in as they're gridding your field. Let those telomeres release because your system is safe to regenerate now. Now, this could also happen as well when you're doing this. If you've had pain in the body, that pain could become intense before it releases. This is part of it. Whatever you do, don't come away from it. Allow it to go in there so it can release it. And if you've got a more logical mind, all you need to do is just imagine yourself with all these tiny arrows, and as if you're just releasing them all around the body. Because remember, intention is very powerful. And I used to play with this. I used to bring my inner child in, my magical inner child in, and I used to get them to play as well. I used to get them to play with it, like massively, to grid my energy field, or if I was working with a client, grid their energy field. And we would play. I would get the butterflies, you know, to weave round and round. So think of silk. That's what's coming in here. Just think of silk and how the silk, how they weave the silk up and down. And if you come on to the end of the video, I would advise you to start at the beginning, because I help you understand what the telomeres are. And these were all downloaded from source. And I just had a mighty urge to tell you about this today, because this really does affect your frequency, especially if you're stuck, if you're in the same place. Yeah, it could just easily be, or you're in pain. Yeah, that your telomeres are just unbalanced. Well, Ducky's got something because I'm feeling tired here. And just good. Just play with those beautiful, beautiful pixies and fairies and butterflies and birds. You know, just allow them to do the job. And all they're doing is they're just going up and down, round and round. And you're just saying to them, just release and balance the telomeres. Now, if you feel there's a real denseness or a real energy drain in your system, you can actually use the power of the hands to help also. And what you do here is you activate the hand chakra, the palm of the hand, and you'll feel the buzz, and you would just stroke it, but remember and take that energy off. So you'll just, yeah. If you've got a lot of negative thought forms, you would take that around the head and bring it off. And just imagine you're either putting it into a green fire of energy to release it. If you're doing it that way, though, always remember to wash your hands afterwards, because you don't want to be going wrong with the energy. And just take a nice big deep breath in. Oh, someone's tired today. God, I'm feeling somebody's tiredness today. Tension's very hot in Costa Rica today because when it goes like that, my knee and my foot that I broke many years ago gives me jip. And it's always if we're going to get really bad pain. Beautiful. And as I say, you could be doing this for 20, 30 minutes, even longer actually, depending how your the energy systems are, the telomeres. And what I suggest doing also is just tuning in, you know, just see, have a visual of, you know, a rainbow energy arrow and just see it spiraling up and down, the top meeting to the bottom, and that S curve of the top part. And by the way, guys, this telomere can actually reverse dis-ease before it, even in the body and before it gets in the body. Because you're recalibrating your energy field. You're releasing what no longer serves you. Another way of doing it. And you know what we're all like? We like the quantum. We love to have the weird and wonderful. So now just tune into any distortions. Just tune into it. Just feel into your auric field. Do you feel limp, misaligned, frayed? Now this might show up as static of that, you know, that kind of energy. As I say, tears, color drains in your inner vision, like a fuzziness. And always, you know, thank those etheric weavers, the pixies, the etheric gods, the fairies, even spirit dogs. Get them to come in. And just allow them to grid the field. Watch and feel them weaving around you. Some just spiraling from the crown to the root, others just floating horizontally around your field like sacred tailors of light. And they're using these fine etheric strands that mend and seal and infuse your telomeres with your original soul pattern. And what really makes it even more expansive is the sound 173 hertz, because this locks the light grid. You know, that tone, that hum. So what I suggest doing, if you've done this, go and listen to 173 hertz. If you've still got a wee bit to do, go and listen to it, to lock it in, feel the difference, you know? And just breathe in. And what I would do here when I open the field up to, you know, after I've grounded, I would just say I call in my etheric support team, the elemental guardians, the grid weavers, the soul thread restorers. You choose the name you wish. Because it really does. I used to do this so many times. People sometimes didn't even know I was doing it because I would just call the team and they would just tell me, oh, I feel all cold, what's going on, you know? It's like they feel the wind, you know, of them going past them. That's the what they would feel. Oh, Or somebody's very tired today because I was fine before I came on this call. But all I've done is yawn since I've been on here. So I'm connecting to somebody's energy that is really tired. Somebody's energy is tired today. Yes, it would be very good for you. Beautiful. And just come back into the present moment. Just connect. Let me know in the comments. Did you see anything? You know, did you experience anything? Because sometimes you may have to do it a few times. Oh, God. Who's tired on this call? Someone's tired on this call. The Weird and Wonderful with Anne Varney, yeah? The Weird and Wonderful. What I suggest also do, guys, is, and I'm always a great believer in this, so if you're doing any kind of work that's like this with your energy, always have, and if you haven't got a bath, you could use a shower, is have lemon salt baths with a wee bit of essential oil in there. It's you, Anna. All right, I've got it now because someone's very tired. Lemon salt baths, because why lemon salt baths are is the energy that's maybe been stuck, it's maybe been a bit toxic. That lemon salt bath will actually help clear the residue of the energy, but what it'll also do is it wakes you up. It brings in more light, it cleans your energy field. And what I would also suggest you do is you have one of those every week. And if you're working with clients on a regular basis, I would have it every day or every other day. You know? Because when we're empaths, sensitive healers, energy workers, you know, light workers, sensitives, we have a tendency to take, well, there you go, there's a prime example. I was fine today, and I came on this call, and I'm connected to someone. It sounds like it's Anna. I'm connected to someone who's very tired, and I'm starting to feel that tiredness. Yeah. So that's what I mean by that. And if you're working with people all the time, and even family, you know, friends even drain us, people or peers and what have you, you definitely should be having those energy baths because it will clear so much from you. Just one lemon cut into quarters, a cup of Himalayan or Epsom salts, and put that in a nice hot bubbly bath with a few lavender essential. If you've got pain, put tea tree oil in the bath because that helps the pain. And actually just soaking in that for 15-20 minutes, and you will feel so much better after it. You'll feel so much lighter. But it says spirit animals, fairies, my tree garden rowan, and a silver snake who cleans my chore stool. Yeah, cholesterol. It cleans your cholesterol. I was thinking chore stool, what's that? Okay, so that's amazing. So I would be getting them bunny then, because I'm sure I've heard you say that you maybe suffer sometimes with depression or, you know, sadness and all. This would be very good for you for that, to help them with your energy. Yeah, call them in, play with it. The more you play with things like this, the more it works. Yeah. But these are the telemorphs anyway. This is what was downloaded. I'll show you them. It's one of my journals. I have many, and this is it here. I'm looking to see if I could see myself in the thing. So this one here, that's what I'm talking about. That's the telemorph, and this is an air shape goes down. And if this is jammed away down here, or this is up here, and this is down here, there's an imbalance. And there's billions of them within our energy center. Absolute billions. Yeah. I know, weird and wonderful, weird and wonderful. Kind of blows your mind a bit. It really did blow my mind because it was a lot of aha moments of remembering. Oh my God, yeah, that's so true. And it was 7 creation points that I was downloaded then. Yeah, it's very exciting, Anna. I mean, you want to see them all. I'm maybe actually discuss them in because they're all to do with frequency. Probably why I understand frequency at the level that I do. And it's really interesting because people think that when you really learn about the frequency, you get the frequency. You know, even at my level of what I know and what have you. There was this morning I realised, you know, the emails hadn't went out for the belief codex, and I was like, and I was part of a consistent posting videos on. Well, it could be videos or posts, and I decided videos, and I hadn't posted the videos for 2 days also, and I was like, oh right, something definitely going on here. There's something definitely going on here. So connected to my inner parts of me to see. I knew it was the inner child, nervous system, the energetic system. It didn't feel safe. It didn't feel safe. So did the work that I needed to do, 10 minutes, because that's how quick it took. And actually after that, then recorded 15 videos. Just like that. No problem at all. That's how powerful this work is. Yeah. Honestly, I'm in a great space because I've been house and pet sitting and just working on that. I feel even better now. Oh, that's amazing, Bunny. Well done, my darling. Well done. You're going to feel even more amazing when you do the belief code because I know you've signed up because you'll be able to, you know, when we have those dips and what have you, just what I've talked about today, you know, it instantly changed it. Instantly. But have you not got access, Bunny? Honey, can you private message me your email address, honey? Because you should have access to everything. So private message me your email, and I'll get that sorted. I'll have a look just now actually to see because you should be in my system because I'm sure you should have them. Apologies, my dear. Don't know what's going on here. Let me just have a look. Because Bunny. I'm just having a look at the system just now, Bunny. Okay. Give me a minute. And what I do, you should receive a. Are you in my system at anything? Just my emails? Have you had any? You have had a program from me. So you've had a program from me, yeah. So it'll be in the same system, yeah, in there. And what to do is refresh. Have you got the app, Bunny? Because you'll be able to get them all in the app. That should be it now. So you need to refresh. You should have an email now. Check your emails and let me know. So for the purpose of this video, I didn't want to be going through my system on the video. Let me know, how do you all feel? Do you feel different? Do you feel the same? Is it, you know, because it's mental how we is, you know, the invisible things that we don't see about us. Okay, so Bunny, I'm going to take this call off of here. So go into Facebook Messenger, honey, and I'll speak to you there because I've just put it into your account. If you can email me, message me, sorry, your email, and I'll just double check, honey. Okay? That it's the right email. I'll put it in, is what I mean. And then I'll send you everything that you need. You should get that anyway, but You got the email. Brilliant. Good, good, good. So in that email, you should have, yeah. So that link, I think, is going to your is going to the app. So do it on your phone, because then you'll be able to get right to the app, I think. Okay. If you have any issues, let me know, honey. Yeah. Okay, guys. That was Telemores. That was downloaded as a save by Source when I was in the med beds. Real powerful. It's one of the tools of creation. So if you're having issues manifesting, it could be your telomeres are out of balance. Yeah. Okie dokie. See you later. Bye bye.